Okay, so yeah, anyone who's still here, yeah, we got a little scene of Ludric is gonna be working on a gun blade. Sal still doesn't know what she wants to do. Um, so that's what's going on right now. I actually completely forgot that this was scheduled to happen. Until Couchy brought it up. I was about to end stream. Um, so this should probably be an hour or so, I would guess. Probably less than an hour of stuff. Uh,
The whole map is behind you. Don't turn around. It lags me.
uh,
Something's fucked up with my occlusion.
oh, yeah.
I told you.
Well, after the initial, like once I've rendered it, it's fine for me. I have a beefy computer.
I have a delay with my hand
Oh.
when I look in that direction.
Yeah, I have that a little bit. Yeah.
I can really see it because of my overlay. I'm like, holy shit.
Let me. I'll be right back.
Yeah. My own map makes me so angry because I fucked up the occlusion. So when I turn around, my frames go away. You felt it, right? Yeah.
When you do.
Wave your hand in front of your face, looking in this direction. With your overlay.
Now do the same this way.
You can really see it with your overlay hand. If you look at your wrist, you can see the delay.
Actually, I don't really have that much of a delay, to be honest with you.
What the fuck? Why is it only me? I actually might have an idea of why it's only me.
I couldn't tell you today.
I think I know. That might be why.
Let's see.
I'm back.
Ugh. I don't know if y'all got props, but I don't have gun blades in the map.
Nah.
I don't have. So I didn't have mine, or I have like on the avatar, but not on this one. The way I figured it was just the pieces would be assembled today, and then it's just like part of it is we help you, or is that you help construct it, but the rest of it is like you have to kind of do it yourself because you have to know how to build it, repair it yourself.
Yeah. Both me and Sal have no clue what they want to do for a gun blade, so Sal's not really gonna be working on anything.
I mean, you could work on the blade.
Yeah.
I'll just be like, do you need help hammering out a blade? Sal? Do you need help?
I haven't figured it out. Listen, you could make 3 gun blades, and you could just wheel 3 gun blades all at the same time.
Yeah.
Like all the really thin, like katana gun blades.
Yeah, like the high steel bayonet and things like that. I
could
thought
do
about
that
choosing that
thing.
one before.
There's what I know I've seen someone role playing a character that just shoots like a musket and then pulls another one
Yeah.
out and shoots, and it's just do that with gun blades.
That's because
Yeah.
you fight like a servant. That's how the servant fights.
Mm.
Oh, it's weird. Thinking back on that
even
and
a
going,
discussion.
that's a servant.
Yeah.
That's just somebody fighting as Nobunaga.
Fuck, I forgot that was Nobunaga.
Yeah. That's the Nobunaga. Oh, it's a stretch.
Well, if I'm forging, I'm not wearing a sweater. What can I
You
do?
wear
I could
whatever
just
you
do-
want. We're in your home.
We're,
I'm in trouble.
in your home. Okay.
Hi, Sal. How's it going? I'm not looking. I'm not looking.
I'm not in trouble.
Time to make you
Forcing my-
put on the cow ears.
No. No.
I almost made a comment as Catrus when I saw that. I was just gonna meow in the corner, like, what the fuck?
So
Confused
hear me out,
Catrus
hear me
noise.
out. Actually, I wouldn't include you on the bit because I thought of something perfect that you could do. So hear me out. We put the cow ears and the cowbell on Catris, and they just turn into the big brown pal, the moo pal. I don't know what they're called. But it would be funny. It would be funny.
It's just
That
a
would be
cow.
funny.
It's just a big.
It's just a
big
cow.
cow. It's just a cow.
I've been considering having Catris just make a polymorph potion and drink it and just become a regular cat for a while.
The cat.
Just with like a hat on. Though.
Yeah, just put the
It's-
Catris hat on a cat.
You just be Blair from Soul Eater.
Yeah. Doesn't turn into a busty witch though.
Not yet.
If you get your own music, you can toggle the music off. If you have thematic music you want, otherwise, it's...
No, I don't have thematic music. Again, a lot of this I figured would be just like talking theater of the mind kind of style things, but we're
Yeah.
doing things.
It's mostly going to be theater of the mind. I'm so frustrated by my frame rate thing, but I know once we're in the map, it'll go away.
Listen, it's fine. It will. Good. Also, there's only 3 of us, so it's
Yeah.
fine.
It's true.
I guess just the context essentially is as soon as we left Wilcario, we just hit up B, just headed over.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, storm's over at this point in time, so you could just walk in. Whatever. I'll just wait. I'll just wait out there for you, and I'll be like, time to work, bitches.
Okay. All right. We'll go in 30 seconds. Gives them enough time, I figured, to get to where they need to go. If they go... Actually, since we're doing that, I'm going to get a little drinky drink real quick. So, I know it isn't saltine flavor, so you may not care as much. But, sorry, I realized I was in the middle of talking. I was like, what am I wondering if I'm talking? But I decided to be a fat little hobgoblin today. I made spaghetti, right? And trail of thought's real simple. Parmesan cheese and spaghetti, pretty good. That makes it, just a lot better. You put buffalo sauce on it. Wow. Adds a little spice, a little zest. Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2. Whoa.
Hey. Ready to work?
Yeah.
I have some bass parts you could borrow if you need to practice.
Yeah, probably.
It's like putting a gun together, but on a sword.
Put on a sword. I mean, so I helped Jackal a long time ago with one of his firearms. I did a tiny bit of maintenance to it, but that was like 3 years ago at this point. So it's been a bit.
Do you have any experience forging? Or is this a crash course?
Nope.
Well, actually,
I haven't done
Have you put
any.
a gun together?
Not really.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing.
So the gun pot, no, but Luna was a blacksmith, so I had a little time around the forge.
So you know more than Sal does.
Yeah, I know basically nothing. I've never really had
Honestly,
any reason
I thought that was
to.
gonna be I thought this would have been the opposite, honestly. I thought this
I
would have
thought
been
you
things
would know
just looking at.
guns more.
No, I never
to be
had a
completely
gun
honest.
until like last year. I've never even like used one until like last year. Whenever Higgs gave me a sniper rifle.
Of all your first weapons, that was the first
That was my
one.
first gun. That was my first firearm.
Yeah, that's a Higgs thing to do.
And then I sold it for a
Mine was a
coin.
revolver.
Mine was.
Yeah, I traded it to the merchant. Actually, I guess I didn't trade it for a coin. I traded it for a sword that I have never used.
What's
I
with
asked
everyone
about this
getting
sword.
weapons they don't touch?
I have a lot of weapons I don't touch.
I have like one weapon I don't touch.
I
It's
have-
hung up in my room.
I have a sword. I have a
Is it a
rocket launcher. I have a sniper rifle. I have another sniper rifle. I still have never got that like crystal pistol out that you got me. I've never used it. I know. I know, I've never-
Oh.
Someday I'll mess with it and figure out how it works.
If you figure out how it works, you could probably use that knowledge to make a gunblade to your liking. I cannot
Maybe.
recommend a rocket launcher gunblade.
Yeah.
Not saying I tried to make one.
I say, that
But
sounds like
maybe
personal
I have.
experience.
Not a gun, not really a gun, not really a blade. More like rocket launcher Tetsubo.
Hmm.
It exploded.
Oh. Yeah, that sounds like a good way to accidentally make a explosive swinging device.
Yeah, well, the problem wasn't that I was swinging it around with the live ammunition in it. You would have thought that would have been the issue. The problem was, the metal I used at the time got dented because it's hollow in the middle.
Oh,
And
yeah.
then when I lined it up to fire, the rocket hit the end and blew up.
Ooh.
Huh. Yeah.
That was fun.
Shoulder. Holy shit.
It hurt, but I was fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was just lucky that it was in a shade's mouth when I fired it, I guess. Closed. Well, I cleaned up the area as much as I could. I changed out the coals. I forged umbral steel in there recently. Well, I kind of did. Everest did more of it. Because Everest asked for a blade. And
Wait.
they infused it with Umbra.
Why did Everest make an Umbral blade? Like, I thought you couldn't put that into the funny stuff.
They didn't. They just have a blade on their back.
As long as it's a sword, she can still use it, I
Second
think.
sword. Yeah, I think the only concerning thing is they made an extremely rare type of Umbra.
Oh.
Of course.
And it's one that I can't really touch. And I'm the person who can dip my freaking hands into Umbra with not as bad of consequences.
Well,
There's a sense of greed coming off of it, so greed for power, I guess. Greed for power,
greed.
but for the right reason right now. If it keeps pushing, it will just become pure greed.
Well, I guess the good thing is that I don't want I don't want an Umbra blade of any kind, so I guess that's the benefit here.
That's fine.
No
I
offense.
think I would have I would have offered anyway. I don't think anyone wants Umbra here though.
At a point, I would have actually said yeah. But
Well, it's only going to draw the most negative emotion out right now. Just
oh,
surface
oh
level.
no, the thing.
Anger?
Oh man, yeah, no, great. That's what I need. That's just exactly what I need right now. Just draw more of that out.
I don't think either of you needs that right now.
No. I mean, shit. I already had another tiny little in comms earlier, but
There's a reason why I don't really check comms.
After everything that happened yesterday, I felt it was kind of necessary because it seems like a lot of the times when Heaven's Reach stuff comes up, and the aftermath of whatever happens, and there comes the Dragonspire, it's never healthy. People are either very severely hurt or they're traumatized by something or another, right? And my mind is just like, at a point, we have to step in and be like, no more.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's not just Heaven's Reach. It is everything.
Let's see. Okay.
It's everything here. Mhm. I mean, this is a good chunk that you could start on if you want to practice a blade.
Sure.
It's blunt right now, but I don't know if it's the shape that you want, but you didn't bring your own tools, right? Because Everest did.
Mm-hmm. I got a pair of tongs. I do have a pair of tongs.
Big hammer. I can set this on top for you.
Please do. Okay.
And you will need a little more instruction than him.
Yeah, I've never like. So back home, like my family does. Well, not my family, but my fleet. Like they do metalworking, but not like metalworking. It's like machines doing it.
More
So I've
machine
never,
based, yeah.
I've
Well,
never
this-
really done
So
this
this
or
is
seen
more
this
personal.
much.
This is a very
Oh.
cultural thing. Was there a hammer over there already?
There was, and I didn't want you to feel bad about it, so I just brought the hammer over here to be symbolic, right?
I've been working too much. That's all that is.
I know that feeling.
Thankfully, with this hammer, you can probably just use the weight of it. But I think the first things first. Are you thinking of anything like for your weapon already?
I have no clue. I know like Ludric had some ideas of what he wanted to do. I have absolutely no clue right now. So I may as well just practice metalworking in
So-
general.
Well, we can try with a blade. I know Sonny
Mhm.
also is coming up with designs for a gun blade, but he's really getting into it. He's going for a big two-hander.
That honestly sounds about right. He's probably gonna try to make the rocket launcher gun blade, but like maybe not as powerful, so he can get away with it.
I think he was going with a standard gun blade, actually. Standard for the most part. Standard ammunition, I think. But, or actually, it might be that crystal fluid stuff he talked about. Who knows?
You know, a pair of gun blades could be cool, like small ones.
I can get some bars or something. out for
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
I mean, if you just want to practice hammering it out, I
I
can.
probably should just do that for now.
We'll go with a nice, easy
Mhm.
metal. Just, you have nothing against iron, do you?
No. I
Okay.
I am for all intents and purposes human as far as
You
resistances
found out
or
she was
weaknesses.
Fae this entire time.
Yeah, this whole time.
Well, surprise, surprise. Well, I don't know. Everyone's allergic to something.
Yeah.
Totally, but that's
Nothing.
kind of a given.
Nothing in particular.
I mean,
Penicillin.
your base is more steel. It's gonna be a bit harder. It's a steel alloy, but you'll want that for your gun blade. Something sturdy, strong, not really gonna break easy.
Yeah. I mean, so I guess to explain it a little bit, the concept of what I have for mine is I constantly find myself, and I think Sal could agree to this too.
Could be cool.
I find myself in stupid situations all the time, right?
Like really
I
like
just
small
find
ones.
myself in the
I could
middle of
replace the
heavy
the
shit.
double blades that I have,
And
the new double
I
blades
always
I made
kind of
with
just-
gun
even,
blades.
back
Have
when
them
I
have
was
like different ammo.
right? I always just felt like
That could actually be cool.
it was kind of there. If that makes
So-
any sense.
I make a special type of ammunition. Do you want standard rounds, like normal bullets, or do you want the crystalline ammo that I make?
Potentially the crystalline. I'm not sure.
The crystalline ammunition that I make, I specifically make unstable crystals so they just blow up because it's easier that way. I can produce a lot really quickly like that. I used to dabble in shield crystals. They would generate like a force wall. It was somewhat visible, but it's mostly wind. You would shoot it and it would create a sort of wind wall, kind of like the shield spell, not exactly.
Kind of like what I can do to an extent.
Yes, but you can also shoot it onto someone.
Ooh.
It's a force wall of wind. I mean, it's a burst of wind, so a projectile hitting them. Just a square after.
Mm-hmm.
And I know mine design is a little chunkier. Like it's meant for you can wield it. At least I'm hoping in Cold Deception you can wield it one-handed. But if it has a little extra oomph, I'm not going to say no to that. You know.
So the next question, I suppose, is: do you have a specific aspect in mind?
In terms of.
So if it's crystalline ammo, it's magical ammunition, an element.
Right. Admittedly, I guess specifically with what's been happening with me recently, I was going to mix it with the Bloodfire if I could.
That's gonna take some experimentation, but I think both of you would probably be able to make. If I show you how to make crystalline ammo, you could, in theory, make blood crystal ammunition. I'm also a hemomancer, but less practiced, less precise. The most I can do
That's
is
me.
just like pull blood from afar.
I mean, I'm less than a year on hemomancy still at this point, so I'm also very fresh to everything.
Do you have a preference on things? Just a little bit of an idea, other than just let's practice hammering something out. Do you like light blades, heavy
Probably
blades?
something lighter. I have, well, I guess I do have a heavier sword. Like, I have a long sword, but I don't use it ever. Maybe something
Nothing
lighter.
like two hands, though.
I don't
Like
I
mine.
don't prefer those. Especially not swords. I like if I'm using a bigger weapon, whenever I make them, I prefer like an axe or a spear, something easier. Yeah, I've done axes before with whenever I crystallize them. They're good for hitting shields away from people.
Yes, they are. I remember fighting you with one a long time ago. Oh, hurts.
So not much of a preference to swords per se, but if you have another weapon in mind, we could try to figure that out. Unless you want a sword. This is going to be a very personal
yeah, I know.
weapon.
That's. I gotta think about it more. I think I don't know what I'd want.
If you like rapiers, we could make a rapier gun blade.
No.
So you already had one in mind. Talk it through while you start to work your metal,
Right. Yeah, I should start that.
and I can give you some pointers on actually starting on working the metal. First things first. Tongs. You're not gonna put that in there directly with your hands, so
Yeah. I made that mistake.
pick up the
once.
bar, pop it in the furnace, let it sit for a while. Keep those tongs locked on it. You can set it down if you would like. I can even get you a mitt if the heat is too much,
It's fine.
but if it's fine,
Yeah.
we'll let that sit for a bit. The main thing you really want to focus is nice, even strikes when you get that out of there. Don't rush it. Don't take too long. You want that heat to last, but you also don't want it to. You don't want to make a mess of it, because if you just whack away at it, it's going to be uneven. It's going to look like you took a rock and took chunks off of it with another rock. It's not really going to be easy to sharpen. Not going to be strong either. Between time in the furnace, you should probably quench it as well. Get it a little more strength, but that will make it a little harder to work. If you want to just keep hitting at it and like heating it and taking it back here, it's gonna knock a lot off of it because it is expanding from the heat. I'm sure a machine accounts for that, but
Yeah, I don't.
We
I
are
don't even really know how
just
they
their
worked back
bodies here.
home. But yeah, I did medical for the fleet, so I never dealt with that stuff.
Mhm.
I'd patch up people when they came back from from the asteroids.
Do you have any experience with at least like synthetics or someone who's more
Not much.
of a metallic
but-
persuasion? Mm.
I started learning some ever since I've been here because there's a lot more people with complex
Oh.
synthetics. Yeah, we didn't really. Well, we did have that back home, but they were their whole own thing. So I never. They stuck to themselves for the most part.
That should be enough heat if you both want to pull them out.
I just did
Start
a little
working
warmer
on
for
them.
mine. Just making sure.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you can still burn metal, so be careful.
Well, too much longer.
It's like baking bread.
Yeah. You know, I have an idea for you, Sal, if you're interested. It could be a dumb concept 'cause I don't know how well it would work. So just, hear me out. Yours could be... how do I explain this properly? Kind of a... like a dart gun.
If you two want to face each other, you can work from either side, so.
That's a good point. I
It is an anvil.
didn't
I like
So you
consider.
don't
that.
have your
this and
back.
I'm working.
As much as looking at their back is nice, right?
I mean, yes, that is true, comma. Okay. Oh, so, for you, by the way, actually, hold on, before I get too distracted, as I was saying earlier, theoretically, if you wanted to light a gun blade, right, you could make yours like a cylindrical one that fires darts. You could put healing crystals or medical, your blood in them and see if you couldn't find a way to channel it long distances.
I'm really bad at that.
I do make
Yeah.
crystalline healing ammo. I use it on occasion.
Just imagine you shoot Orin in the ass a mile away when he's getting the shit kicked out of him, then go back to whooping someone else's ass.
If you really wanted to, this is going to sound very outlandish. Instead of a normal firing mechanism, you could do like an air gun. It would be silent.
Maybe
The most that someone would hear would be like a
Mhm.
probably. Even strikes. Don't push too hard.
Yeah.
If you need to, just let the hammer fall. You don't need to hit it. It's not your enemy. You're just letting it. Just give it like a limp drop, and
Mhm.
you see how the hammer bounces after you strike. You can use that momentum to carry it back up and bring another strike down. If anything, this blade is going to be one of your best friends. Yeah, you know what? My uncle didn't let me do this when I was learning a little bit of blacksmithing when I was little. I'll let you guys carve your own little thing into it. Get some ornamental things in there. You might look at it like it's a second grader's art project in some years, but there's always a way to update a blade.
My first kill.
Yeah. The first lopsided piece of pottery that fell over in the kiln. If you feel like it's getting too hard to hit, if you don't feel like any shape's coming out of it, you can go back into the forge. Work at your own pace. Feel out the blade. I know that sounds a bit spiritual, but it's real. It will speak to you in some sense.
Yeah, I think like 2 smaller gun blades could be interesting. I'd have to look and find
I
ones
think
that
the
look
other
good.
thing is automatic, semi-automatic, or a cylinder like mine has. Because I have looked into it, and there are things that I can do to make an automatic gun blade. I think it's just a rifle with
Huh.
a bayonet at that point.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll just strap a kitchen knife to my pistol, and then I have a gun blade, right?
Why not just get Avarius
Sonny
to-
would say that is.
Yeah, I was gonna say, tell Avarius to duct tape one of his claymores to the top of your gun.
Yeah.
Or get peanut.
The silver
No,
one.
get peanut butter to get you one.
Yeah.
Peanut
I'm
butter
not.
could probably just bring you a gun blade, let's be honest.
Maybe.
Yeah, I'd be scared. One, I don't want to know whose it was he just took and where it came from.
Yeah, you're gonna have some really angry fighter just showing up one
Oh,
day.
yeah.
You took my gun
No,
blade.
I want it back. Give it back to me.
I want it. It has my initials on the hilt.
No.
Oh.
Crudely scratched out.
Yeah, crudely
It just
scratched
has
out by
sticker
a
of
peanut butter. Yeah.
Slice posted over it.
Actually, I was going to take inspiration from yours, by the way, on that. I'm just going to go with the cylindrical.
A cylinder? It's
Yeah.
easy. Not a high ammo capacity, but I feel like it keeps me on my toes.
Well, the way I figure it, right? If it's low ammo capacity, I figure we can, probably something a bit more explosive can be handled in there because it will be a lesser quantity of it, so potentially less of an issue.
If you want to do flame to some degree, explosive will be the easiest. I've never found a pinpoint way of making a flame ammunition that goes long distances. I've been trying, but it usually just explodes when it comes out the barrel.
Experimentation. That's a necessity of it, all right?
Blood may be different though. Who knows? Blood flame? Who knows?
Maybe.
Maybe it'll keep the explosion restricted until a certain point.
I mean, I can condense it into a wave when I swing my sword and, when I'm fighting. So theoretically, yeah.
Well, at that point, you might as well just coat your blade in blood.
I mean, it is an option, potentially. It's something I might do as well.
The other option that I could also offer, which would be an option 4, is I have been trying to just do what the Treemans from my birthplace do. Just the whole crystal as the source. Kind of like what we did for Higgs's sword.
Mhm.
So, during my trip into the Warrens, during my fight with Avarius or whatever, I realized, that's one of the problems I run into constantly, right? Sal, you can do so much with blood and so much better than I can. You'll recover from it a lot faster than I can. You can simply just, use a blood bag. And
Yeah,
it doesn't take you too long to get back to the game.
I've been doing it for my entire life. So, yeah.
Yeah.
I also have the advantage of just my race. My blood tries to do what it does already. So, I don't really need to try to, absorb a blood bag or that kind of stuff. It just mostly does it.
Yeah.
I don't think about
I
it
can't
much.
do that.
Mhm.
So when I start using it and I start slinging it around and throwing the flame, I wind up.
Well, yeah, you're throwing the blood, which is why I don't do that. Because then the blood's gone.
Yeah.
That's why I do swords and armor and stuff, because I can just reabsorb it when it's done.
So I kind of stopped doing this because back when I practiced hemomancy, I could just pull the blood back to me, even if it was contaminated. Maybe it's the Umbra in my blood, but what was it? I went to Hell once, and we ended up in a place. We were looking for Higgs, because Higgs was in Hell. I think this is when he got those chain blade things. and
That's where they're
we found him chained up
Huh.
or something like that, but there was blood everywhere in the room, and I had been hit a few times, and I was feeling a bit low, I guess you could say.
Mhm.
But I've never really had an issue. People back when I was second in command of the scouts, anytime I was in the med bay, they would give me any blood bag, and it felt like my blood took to it.
Yeah, that's what happens for me.
Really?
It just turns into, well, my blood is like, what did they say? Kane's people looked at it a while ago. I never really knew the details. It's just constantly like shifting itself between blood types and antigens and whatever and if you put more blood in, it just does that to it. Like, so that's why I can just kind of absorb whatever.
Are we sure we're just not alternate reality versions of each other?
Maybe.
My eye is turning. Well, I was briefly turning to stone. I mean, there's crystals in you or something.
You know, she has experience with hooves now.
What does that mean?
Someone, which still could be Dylan, sent a gift to us this morning that is a cow ear headband and a collar with cowbell on it. They're enchanted. I think you can probably guess what they do. Maybe.
If it's Dylan, it probably turns you into a cow.
Yep. Well, like cow person, but yeah. So we did that earlier. It was weird.
Hmm?
You remember Dandy?
Yes, I do.
Like that. Like
Yeah, that was our afternoon. Was
Wait,
Whoa.
you became like a cow, Ken?
Yep. So did he. He did it for. I had him do it first.
Yeah,
Did you
she's
look like
easy.
Dandy?
No. Well, I mean, in terms of species, yeah, but in terms of like, you know, appearance, no. I was very tall though. It was kind of nice being tall for once.
You were tall. Were you like muscular? Did you like beef
Yes.
up?
I felt like I was
He
stronger.
beefed up.
Listen,
Yeah.
I picked her up and just said, "All right, it's nap time." And I just took her
Yeah.
back to the bedroom. We just slept for the hour. It only lasts an hour.
Yeah.
So after the hour, it fell off. I just rolled over, got on towards the headboard where she was, and I just put it on her chest and said, "There you go, your turn."
Yep.
Trying to
was weird.
visualize what this looked like.
Thank God you didn't take a
Because
picture.
I've seen you take a humanoid form before, Ludric. Like more like human.
Yeah.
But I can't imagine you like what you would look like. Or you, actually, because did you get taller too?
I think a little bit, not as much as he did, but
She got fluffier.
You became like a fluffy one.
I had like the fur up the legs and hooves.
And hooves.
Hooves.
Were you comfy?
It was weird.
You know, it's especially weird since I believe I overheard you the other day talking about steak or something.
We had. Yeah, I was.
He was eating steak right
before.
before. Right before we tested out the item.
Mm-hmm.
He was actively eating steak and then turned into steak.
Yeah.
I could probably do to go back into the forge. So you have an idea already.
Yeah.
You look like you're getting the hang of at least
Yeah, I guess.
Hammering it out.
It's
forging.
not
It's
too
not
bad.
but So right now you're just getting it like
Mhm.
flattened out.
Yeah.
You'll probably need to focus more on the shape, which is a little more different. Gotta get from different angles and all that. But make sure they're all even strikes. Every strike needs to serve a purpose. It's the same with in combat. You need a purpose to go with the strike. Because if we just swing blindly, what are we making?
Oh, hey, thanks. Thanks, Flint.
A mess?
Hope your stream was good.
Garbage? Like... or nothing.
Yeah.
Well, nothing. You tell you what you're making a loss of profits.
Hello. Welcome. Welcome. Welcome.
The weapons that I make never really make a profit. Not too much.
Well, you're also not like making a bunch of weapons and selling them for like
You got you
profitable.
you got Ludwig in a bunny outfit. I think that was debatably profit.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean,
That was profit.
technically, and it also started an entire organization.
Yeah.
With all of us being in bunny suits to do mercenary work.
I mean, what was that? Me just saying that we were battle bunnies?
Yep. Yeah. We just declared that it was
So-
a thing.
And then people started dressing up in bunny suits because they wanted to.
Yep.
Yeah, we started marketing it. Easy peasy. We still need to go do that photo shoot at some point in the future.
Hmm?
I guess.
Yeah.
You guess. You guess.
I'm
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not a model.
Are you
You were-
uncomfortable with your body?
I mean, not really, but just weird.
It's something I've been thinking about because of your reaction to the whole like showgirl outfit. Is it just like a bit too much? Is that really what it is?
It's a lot. I mean, like,
It
I,
is.
I don't know.
Like I said, hun, if it's too much, you don't have to. I'm not trying to force you. Yeah,
It's fine.
you say it's fine. I just want to make sure, you know.
Don't be peer pressured. Yeah. The only reason I really pushed you to do it is because I thought you would look good in it.
I think Ludwig deserves his revenge for me dressing him up when he was Lulu. So
As if you weren't already trying to
How far
theoretically
did you
pay
go?
for that advance.
How far did you go with dressing him up as Lulu? I mean, I saw the bunny suit, right? But that's
maid outfits. Dragging around in one of those.
Mm-hmm. When the twins left, we decided Combat made Fight Club to set them off
Yeah.
proper, you know.
Mm.
There was also
This
Valentine's
shouldn't be an
/
exchange of
anniversary.
revenge, though, you know. Just
Well,
enjoy it.
so, well, the maid outfit was kind of a tease. In the okay, look. Yes, I'm biased. Yes, you're very attractive. Yes, I think you're beautiful. I think you're one of the most beautiful people, if not the most beautiful people that I know, and that's because not just because I'm dating you. You are. So I want you to be happy, and I want you to show off, but I don't want to make you uncomfortable doing so. That's always been the thing. Yeah.
PDA.
I could make it so much worse, but you know, I listen. I just use words, and sometimes I poke her in the stomach, or I poke her on the side,
Right
and
now,
swat at her.
this is probably the safest place for public displays of affection. Because the only other person around right now is someone who grew up around nasty shit. Like,
Yeah.
we call that the old method of helping a soul reincarnate around here. I don't do that shit. But I am aware love is a beautiful thing. It's just interesting how people interpret it.
Also, yes, I want to see my girlfriend prance around in a showgirl outfit. Is that so much to ask? Is that such a bad thing? If it makes her uncomfortable, yes. However,
Yes.
yes, I agree with that. It's also why I made sure when I was asking again. And if you're doing it but you want to back out of it, you can back out of it. I'm not going to hold that against you.
I'll do it. It's fine.
Do you want one that like covers more? Because there are showgirl outfits.
I
that,
already
are
spent
bigger.
the credits. It's too late now.
So, for what it's worth, I've been watching everything that I get from outside the house, so I was real skeptical about when I got that package today, because that was my thought. I was like, if not Dylan, Nemi is going to fucking try to slip some shit around me. It's going to be cursed in some form or fashion, and then Lulu is going to make another debut at the hoedown. That was my concern, because I was like, it always happens. Somebody somewhere has something hidden and waiting for it. So
That's
I've been
what
trying
the
to
cow
find-
kin thing was for. It's definitely for the hoedown. That's
yeah,
for
exactly
you.
for the hoedown. It was addressed to me. Also, whenever I put it on, let me make sure. I gotta find the note again real quick so I can make sure I read this properly. I don't want to mess
What,
this
did you
up.
store it? You kept it
I took
on
the
you?
note. What? Yeah, we have it on. Well, she has the headband. I have the collar.
It's the nuclear
You
launch
figure it'd be
codes.
like nuclear launch codes, right?
You need
So-
both
so,
of us
we were
to,
at the
to turn someone
Riparian.
into a cow.
Fable put Orion in it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Turned into Noelle.
What? Why?
Yeah,
Why
good.
specifically Noel?
So,
I don't know.
I think
Maybe
it might be
Orion was thinking about him.
synthetic. Yeah.
Got that big boy on the brain, huh? He's
Maybe.
thinking about him.
Maybe I don't like. We don't know what happened because Fable dragged Orion off into one of the private rooms, and then he came back out, a cow. So maybe Fable like accidentally, like subliminally, made him think about Noelle. That's what I'm betting it's that one. Is that it's Fable's fault.
Yeah. Fable shot subliminal messages
Yeah.
into Orion's brain.
Yeah, he does like all the mind stuff, so you know.
He did it. He
Yeah.
planted the thought in there.
He grabbed his head and pink fireballs fired out of his eyes into Orion's
Yeah,
and put the image of Noel in his brain.
probably.
More rapid lighter hits. We're getting closer towards the bevel, towards the back. I figured, it could be a little bit broader.
You're getting the idea out. Focus on the blade for now. You don't need to really go for too much yet.
Well, it's just, I figured if the design is looking the way it is, it's going to slide into the back a bit, so I just wanted to make sure that it was, even, so it slides in a bit easier. But you're correct. I will focus on the blade.
Well, that's the main thing that should be focused on right now. You need
Yeah.
the blade to be strong, and it needs to be the
Sal
correct shape.
Sal over here just
And make
like
sure that it has
trying to learn
solid
how to do
structure. I
metalworking.
can't tell you how many times this.
She has no
gear
fucking clue what
will
she's
come up
doing.
To me thinking I'm just a blacksmith, even though I'm a runesmith. And they've
Yeah,
said, "Hey, can you make this sword?" And they give me a drawing, and I go, "This doesn't work. This isn't structurally sound. It's going to snap." it's
Well, I remembered you saying that, and originally when I was thinking about it, I was like, well,
Yeah.
Arya.
Well, so the thing is, Sal and Ludric are planning on making gun blades. So like they are much more fine-tuned things. It's not just smash it into a shield.
Some time now, so I thought it was more appropriate.
So Sal's like, I gotta just learn how to do metalworking.
I mean, I want to change my gun blade. Maybe it's the weight. I don't know. I like the weight of it, but I liked back when I had one that was more of like a one-hander. Preference is big with your weapons. I'm sure you know. since you can change
Yeah,
or could. I don't know if you still should.
well, I do it different right now, but yeah, I use a different
Yeah,
thing.
you do it differently.
I use
Yeah, but
this. It's not blood.
I won't ask questions because it's not my place to continue to ask questions. More things pop
up in my face every day, and I hear people
Yeah.
and whisper to each other, "Don't do that," and I'm just like, I'm gonna act like I didn't see it.
Why are you doing this in public?
I won't
Why are you
say
doing
it.
this in
I-
public?
It's and I hear you sigh every time I bring the Umbra to the surface, because it's bad for me. I know it is. I know my Umbra on my skin is bad. But I mean, it's not like I'm, fully immersing myself like I usually do. But I get that it's bad. I mean, literally the reason I believe that I was turning to stone. And now it's only my eye, but no spread. Well, actually, there's just that pressure on my horn. That's about it.
I had pressure in my horns once, and that's because it was pushing through and coming in further until, this.
I hope my horn's not getting bigger. One time someone pointed out and said, "Is that a boil? Do you have a big boil sticking out of your forehead?"
The tact of the random people on the street.
I also went through that, so I feel your pain.
I never thought I would ever feel self-conscious about my horn or my hooves, and I felt self-conscious about both. And in the 5 years that I've been around here, one of the first times I went to the onsen, Oishi pointed at my hoof and said, "Do you want to take your little shoes off?" And I looked at him, "Those are hooves."
Hooves. Oh. It's so sad.
Little
And
shoes.
then Knot started pointing at them and saying "little shoes," and he's never stopped for 3 years.
He doesn't have any feet. I don't know why he's talking.
I know.
Give him little shoes.
Yeah, back when his brain... Oh, this is gonna sound really harsh, but he did act like this. Back when he acted like his brain was a little more underdeveloped, and he would just go "ooh" at people. He would look down at his feet and go "ah," because he didn't have feet.
I remember that. I remember.
And then he would call Chime a diaper baby.
He used to bully her all the time. I remember that. I remember actually. I don't know if you do. At the meat rack when you were there,
I was on the radio
he
mode.
was there by himself for a little bit because he snuck off from home, and he managed to
Ooh,
break
small
the
eyes.
little,
Psycho Sal.
the railing leading up to the gym
Yeah.
area. Oh, he got in so much trouble for that.
And then I
He scolded
stepped out.
Mm-hmm.
I had to pay.
Wait, I don't know if you saw this. Let me
Yeah.
it's in my Discord, but
You could always make him do something for you now and say, "Remember when you?"
I
did
was
this on Meat
fucking
Rack?"
around with an
I
AI
think I've
generator.
already done that. I can't recall if I did something.
It's probably this
but
screen.
I know I usually punish my
Not
kids when
that
they do
screen.
something bad, but
Not that one either. This one. Made fucking yandere Sal.
how's the feel for the blade?
I don't know.
It's just working.
It's vaguely
It's a
blade
little
shaped.
lopsided.
Yeah, it's kind of.
It's square. You could go with an executioner's blade for that if you're not one for stabbing.
Do you stab a lot? Or do you do a lot of slashing motions?
With swords, mostly slashes.
Well, an executioner's blade cuts like an axe. They have like a square tip. But you can't really, like, let's say someone was below you, you can't really, like, flip it and stab them.
Mm-hmm.
You would have to hack. It's more of a cleaver. That would be an interesting gun blade. An executioner's gun blade? You
Maybe.
could probably make that a high grade of ammo. If you don't go with crystalline ammo.
Mhm.
Sounds gonna come
A
finish
nice-
the job.
a nice straight edge for the barrel to be along.
But yeah, I was just fucking
Something
around
more
with
like
the
a cleaver.
AI image
You
generator,
wouldn't
and
have to worry about
A curve on the end
Mhm.
from.
the tip.
yeah, maybe like that. It would probably be easier for me to make at least, because I don't have to worry about a
It'd be
point.
square.
It would be a rectangle.
If you want to go
Really in depth.
the reason why I do so much stabbing with my gun blade is because I like getting the barrel pressed up against
My opponent, and then I trigger the explosion.
Mhm.
it causes me to blast.
Blast back, but it's effective.
Oh yeah. It's kind of a thought I had. A thought.
But yeah, that
Well-
picture was so funny whenever it made that. I
think
was like,
one of
oh
the
my
best
god,
properties of a gun
crazy
blade
yandere
is,
Sal. It's the
um,
I just want to talk to her. Like,
Well, it would have to be the fact that you can really blast through defenses.
someone puts a shield up, you can meet that shield.
don't
with
worry,
your
I just
weapon
want to
and
talk
cause
to
the
her.
explosion, even if they block it.
Covered in
It's not gonna
blood.
feel nice. It at least opens them up.
Mhm.
You should look at Ludwig's blade over here. You can get an idea.
Just leave that for now.
It's a little wiggly, but
Yeah.
If you look,
let's see, he's following an exact pattern. There were
a few occasions where I saw you like weaken a bit on it. It was more like on the backswing, you let it just touch your shoulder. But
nice even motions,
and you follow a path, and
Mhm.
it's kind of like
making a path. Like if you're clearing away the grass, just to make an actual pathway.
We didn't
once he
have
gets
grass.
this all more refined out. I think
The most fun part is actually making the edge of the blade, because you're not
you can hammer it out, but you don't.
you're gonna use a whetstone,
Mhm.
and that's mostly fun.
When
I have experience with that actually. World experience.
what
with
is your preferred?
Whetstone. Do you like to do it by hand, or do you rather the wheel?
that. So for this,
I hasn't carried her
because of how
dagger in
big it
forever.
is, I think for the initial development,
She
of
used
it, I
to
think
carry it
the-
everywhere.
The wheel would be good, just to get like the initial edge down. But afterwards, for the entire time I had that rapier, I always oiled it and used a little block, along with a couple of rags to help clean it off.
Ugh. So I guess today is
More of test for you. So
Yeah,
just learning how to do things.
yeah. It's
Do you have anything on your
vaguely
mind
blade
lately?
shaped.
It is blade shaped, but
other than the weapons.
do you have anything on your mind other than the blades?
Not really. I don't know.
Not really. Just a lot.
Yeah,
It could be there's a lot on your mind and nothing really wants to come out. I mean, if you have something you want to say here, just to open up just a little bit, just a tiny. I was checking on everyone yesterday, and I don't feel like I got to check on you.
yesterday, honestly, I'm perfectly fine after all that. I don't really know what any of those people do. So
You, I get that, but I'm more talking you. If there's something on your mind that's been bothering you lately,
I don't know. Not really.
don't let it bother you too much. I'm always around if you ever want to open up. I
Mhm.
mean, Ludwig talks to me on occasion when things are bothering him.
Yeah, I'm just dying,
I
and
can
we're
only
going
offer
to the place
whatever
that
advice I
maybe is
can.
my
Just
family's, like
figure
my
out
race's
that-
homeworld, but we don't fucking know really. And
I mean,
and
Honestly, yeah.
everyone who has gone there from my race
Mind you,
has never come back.
I've been working with Dee and friends with Dee for how long now?
If they found it on their
Like
trips,
4 years,
you know, just that.
3-4 years.
Has it really been that long already? Oh my god, I'm old. I was already old before, but like now I'm even more so. It just,
I believe we met at least 4 years ago. I was already
Yeah.
second in command of the scouts. I think I was using the Tetsubo
That's
when
all.
you met me. That was
That's
my
all
only-
I'm thinking about.
yeah, I think so. 'Cause I think I remember you telling me that.
Don't let the anxiety get to you. Sitting there like this.
It's nothing.
It is something. There's little quirks that you and everyone else have.
Yeah, Sal has the most obvious nervous tics.
If anything, I kept my mouth shut for so long over the years. I became very
Like
observant.
people who actually know her tics really obviously.
It's okay.
You're being pulled around.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's almost like I know the sports to hit.
Hmm. Hmm. You don't gotta open up now. But the door's open. I mean, even talking while working on things, it's awesome. Being able to just talk while you work on something. Honestly, I kind of hope that you get a little passionate about working on a gun blade at least. You have, I assumed you had an interest in guns. Maybe that makes me sort of an ass to make that assumption. But
I vaguely. I mean, we didn't have them really at home, so I didn't know much.
well, once we find your interest and we can incorporate it in there, I hope it skyrockets off. I mean, we all have our passions, right?
Maybe. See, I
Maybe. Is there anything that you've been passionate about lately? No? Really? Sal.
not really. I mean, I don't know. I've just kind of been doing what I always do. Like I just do medical around Dragonspire because that's the only place now, and I make dumb t-shirts sometimes whenever I think it's funny, and I play video games all night, which Ludwig hates.
So what is something other than playing video games all night that when you think about doing it, you have genuine excitement? Or what is something that gives you genuine excitement? You're not sure.
I
We
don't know.
need to, Sal, we need to find you a real hobby that you like other than like a
Welcome.
game.
Welcome to the past few months. What I've been trying to do.
Hmm.
I mean, I get it. I do. And there's always, you know, you wait like 5 minutes, and there's always some stupid shit happening with some random group of people, and you get pulled away to things for a couple of days.
Thanks for the follow.
I'm also in agreement with D. Like,
Some stupid shit happens and you get pulled away for a few days. Can't say that I've had that much experience with something.
True.
ever. No one really pulls
Actually.
me anywhere for multiple days.
Oh, actually, speaking of being pulled away for a couple of days, in the future, when we come back home, Sonny proposed the idea of us having a double date on a ship.
Okay. Yeah. We're going to space in like, I don't know, a couple weeks probably. For like probably a couple weeks. So when we get back from that. I don't know how, like, a couple weeks. That's cutting it real close to me just being back here.
That is
Yeah.
That is a long date too. That is a long double date.
Oh no, that would be a different thing. When we get back from space,
back.
we'll do a double date.
Yeah.
The space thing's probably Higgs, Avarius if he wants to Kale if he's coming along, to help with the ship. And us.
So, yeah. Theoretically, if worst case you do get yoinked, right? There's so realistically looking at it, and I know this is going to sound rude, the only person that would really be kind of left behind on the ship would probably be Tequila, but he also knows how to fly on those things really easily. So
Yeah. I mean, yes. Preferably
just wanna
we
leave it
don't
like that.
just get yoinked. I don't know. It's
obviously,
the timing. The timing is just not great.
yeah, no. I have a couple of ideas about that, what you could do, but it just kind of depends.
Yeah, we still need
might-
to
I
talk
might
about
have-
it more with everyone whenever we have time. I know Higgs has been just preparing the ship overall, so.
If you guys want to stock those up for now and work on them more another day.
Yeah.
I mean, you're sitting on the anvil right now.
I was just taking a moment. to-
yeah, that's kind of blade shaped.
It's sort of a blade. It's like
If you put it in a machine, the machine would probably shave it down on multiple
yeah,
sides.
yeah.
You're getting the hang of it. No one made their first blade like perfect. My first blade was actually a knife, and it was barely a knife. Don't worry about that, because my knife was like jagged and looked like a creature, I guess. Like,
Oh,
It was a
My
fang.
uncle scolded me for it, and he put me in a tree for an hour or two as punishment.
because he was very harsh on me. But then I started liking being in the tree. So I would make jagged blades on purpose. And then he realized that I was learning to climb. Because by the fifth blade, he said, "Come here." And I just climbed up the tree, and he just...
Stood there.
I wonder where he is.
Based on how the spirits talk, there's still.
yeah.
Well,
The funny thing is,
For
I have
Guardians, there's me.
I've tried to think of what Sal's like
I'm
true
not
hobbies would be, and I just
in-
can't think of anything ever. Like anything
There's
beyond
another
just
one
her
out there.
surface level, like wasting
Has
time
to be my
hobbies.
uncle. I mean, if none of my mothers are out there. And if it is one of my mothers, I hope it's... probably Azazel. Probably her. She spoiled me.
I'm gonna help you find that passionate hobby. I swear.
I swear.
Please. Listen, if not for my sanity at late night blaring screens in the bedroom.
At least get some headphones.
Or something.
No, she dies. So, like, she dies most of the time.
Yeah.
Sometimes she'll leave it unplugged for a moment thinking that I'm not paying attention.
I mean, technically, you're not paying attention when you're asleep, but... You know.
Yeah.
Didn't think you
What
would intend to.
what they said.
Okay, I didn't realize it was going to be double teamed here.
But that also doesn't mean that he's not going to wake up from it, so...
Oh, listen, I'll find. You know what? Next time I set the mansion up, I'll put some cats outside the window. I'll start barking at them randomly at night for no reason. 4 a.m. What's that? Dead silence. Better start screaming.
Is that how you bark? Are you one of those scream barking dogs? Or...
Well, honestly, yeah. I mean, you heard me yell. That's kind of.
Yeah, I
Weird
heard it
noise.
the other day.
Yeah, a lot of people did. A lot of people did.
I mean,
I understand why. I appreciate the support, but I was just going to give a stare to her. No reason to fight a sassy teenage response.
Well, so I've been given that thought, right? And mind you, my immediate reaction was not exactly what I would call the best.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
But I also ask this, right? How old is Maxine?
I don't know. I didn't try to learn. Maxine's what, like 19?
Yeah,
Probably.
18, 19, somewhere that range, right? She is an adult by like legal standards, right? I know that doesn't account for maturity and all that such, right?
There's teen in the number.
It's still a teen, but hear me out there, right? They are consistently a part of multiple organizations. They are consistently a part of Warfront efforts of fighting some god knows what, monsters, Yarrow, all this shit, right? Bunch of different things. And they are, whether for positive or negative, they are trusted to do this. And over time, as you've been made privy to, and as we've all been made privy to, we've had issues pop up. And we've always talked with those issues. We've always doled out, like punishments in terms of you're not allowed to do this, you're banned from this for a week or so, you can't go back to this place until you have shown to have improved. Like, and I get that, right? I do, because that is the... It's to an extent how it should be handled. The extent that I went to handle it was not what I would say one of my proudest moments. But if not me, I honestly wonder who else would have done it at a point. Been tired of just dealing with the sass, or dealing with the bad talk of any kind, the disregard.
Well, if she's sassy to me, she's not really going to get a reaction. I appreciate the defense, I do, but I will, if she ever comes for me, for my integrity, I'll defend myself. But she was defending herself with sass. What was it? I told everyone not to crowd around because it wasn't a show. She gave me sass for why she was staring. The only thought in my head was, why wasn't she by him if she was so concerned?
Feeling helpless will make you look up sometimes.
Yeah. I talked to Grid as well, because Grid has talked to her a bit more. I didn't mean any, I didn't intend to be rude to Maxine. I was only looking out for Antherio. Someone collapsed on the floor. Don't really need a crowd around them.
Yeah.
I'm not even a medic, and I feel like that's what's meant to be done, right?
Yeah,
Someone's on the
there's
ground.
no reason for everyone to crowd.
No
them.
circle of people
Yeah.
standing.
The part that I'm still trying to wrap my head around after all that, right? All that happens, it blows up, it's over. Everyone's gone their own separate ways. Things is dispersed. And then Poi, just out of nowhere, in the middle of everything, just goes, Ludric, do you hate me? And I went, what the fuck? Where did this come from? Wait, I don't understand.
Well, I guess we can only ask? Like, clarify?
Not really.
The option's up to you if you ever did, and it doesn't sound like you want to, so.
Well, I mean this in the nicest way that I can. I don't have a reason to, nor do I feel the need to. Again, they were spreading bad information online about all the shit that was happening in Orlando Soccer, trying to incite people into an uproar over everything. Because they had bad intelligence, because they took what they heard word of mouth and did no research.
Yeah.
Why does everyone post everything on social media?
Who knows? I just post like funny
I
memes I
always-
see every once in a while, usually.
I pull my phone up and will like occasionally make a post like, all right, about to start to do modeling again. Be on the lookout for a calendar. People like that, and then I scroll, and then people are like celebrating really fucked up things sometimes.
Oh, don't, you're gonna make me talk about the one that's still. Why did someone put an ad
That's
to
still-
participate in execution? Why did someone do that on Metagram?
That you've been talking about that for like 2 months now.
I
so-
know, just every time someone brings up dumb stuff on Metagram, that's like up at the top of the dumb things you could post, honestly. Like,
I don't get it.
that's above recruiting for a dark cult. Like,
Same people.
different people.
Yeah, different people.
Different people. Dark cult recruit different. That one racist church, which really doesn't narrow it down, that like posts
Yeah.
really, really poorly grammared things. That one's there. That's like probably same level as dark cult recruitment, but still below advertisement to participate in execution. That's like the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Secret meeting place.
Yeah.
So, speaking of, by the way, I ran into some dark cultists last night in the Warrens. Actually,
It's pretty
we got to a
common.
new area. Yeah, we.
Oh, you actually
I
got
sent you the
there.
photos of it already. Yeah, we got to the cinemas last night. and
How
we-
come
they're
they can
obviously-
find an entrance, but the Azure Roses, the group of Dreamans that's in Kalefall, can't find their way in?
They should roam the sewers of Orlando Soccer more, I think.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. We found Drago in there once.
Yeah, there's been like
I
skeleton,
think they would get in
jogger.
trouble if patrols of Dreamans
Probably,
showed up
yeah.
with armed to the
Yeah.
teeth.
Yeah, it probably would not go well, but yeah.
So, for what it's worth, I guess to clarify things, we were shown the entrance where we think Michael will be coming from, and I took
Okay.
photos of it. I'll post those in the report too. I have them for D as well, just so they have an idea where they'll be going. There's a weird divot where you think you're supposed to go one way, but you're actually supposed to go underneath. You have to walk through the sewage. So I am so sorry in advance, and well, you already saw that.
Yeah.
In the Plague War, I swam through sewage.
I did too.
I didn't.
I intentionally. Yeah, that's good. Don't do that. I used it and I acted like a shark. I would come out of the sewage and drag enemies into it.
I hidden blood from Ash once. Didn't work very well, but
He tried. Oh yeah, he made an appearance last night too. Well, I kind of met up
I
with that.
figured like where you were going. I expected that one.
I did too. I was curious if he was going to make an appearance or not. But yeah, he did. We were fighting a bunch of things. Dealing with crabs. I swear, we while we were down there in the sewers, I swore we were dealing with like some weird, like a weird mix of like they kind of looked like Sahagin, but they also look like drowners. Overly fish-like, but they look like bloated corpses.
That sounds like an Avarius question.
I might bring it to Avari. Actually, he was there too.
Then that definitely
So
sounds
you
like an
can-
Avarius question.
Yeah.
He probably fought some of them. He could definitely tell you what they were. I mean, if they were drowners, that's
I'm
definitely an
thinking so.
Avarius thing. I know he's dealt with some of them around Killfall before.
Yeah. Thinking what else? Crabs. Vampires, obviously. Oh, yeah. We saw an old friend down there that I didn't want to fucking see again.
What? Which one? Which
The
friend?
one that brings hooks out of the ground.
Ah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The one who's
Guilty.
bothering CT, Raven, Leon, and many other people.
What is... Actually, I haven't seen Ray yesterday.
Or Ray Ray.
Yeah, I don't know. They weren't around the keep. They're not always around though.
So
That's true. Sometimes they get busy.
CT's taken a short trip into space, I believe. Everyone goes to space when
they're bothered by something. I've found. I believe it was space. If I'm wrong, I will contact him. He brought up that he thought that he killed Leon down there, but
What?
the link between Leon and me is still there because he's one of my Umbral Knights, and he can't be dead. The link would be broken. But
Well,
I guess the construct made them think that Leon was dead, but
that sounds...
that info was
Oh,
shared
true.
with me, because Leon's he was my first Umbral Knight. Ironically, the one who's the least developed with Umbra right now. He can barely make a flame, but maybe he's like a phoenix.
Hopefully don't.
Rise from the ashes?
You have to do a thing before you rise from the ashes there, and I don't want that to be true.
Well, so my connection to him is still there, right?
Yeah, so...
But if they did, not happy about it, but if he is like a phoenix and he rises from the ashes because they didn't get to bring that body back, that would mean he's in the Shadowfell.
Have you tried... I'm assuming you've already tried contacting him, just like normal means.
That is the difficult thing with the Shadowfell. Doesn't exactly let signals through effectively, at least the ones that I have.
Yeah, well, no, that's what I mean. Like, so if he's not there and they're dealing with a construct, right? He might just be fucking out here, just wandering around, like normal, just kind of going about business. Just shows up one day. Oh, hey guys, it's me.
It's me, Leon Leslie.
I'm going to try to contact him. I have tugged on our link a little bit. I would try to explain what a link between me and my Umbral Knights is. We all have a mark like this somewhere on us, and that's mostly because of me. But it's like I am the big pull, and everyone has a thread connected to it. And right there, there's three. Right now, there's 3 threads: RxCT and Leon.
Well,
I believe I can only get 4 more nights. It's a feeling I have. I guess I'm just sharing the Umbra with them.
Hi, what do you think?
Oh
you do?
fuck!
You're a patron.
Oh, I don't want to be a patron. Oh.
Too bad. You're a patron. I am too.
I'm not.
Well,
This is not the intent.
yeah, I know you're not stinky.
Don't do this. Don't. It was an accident for me. Their Umbra kind of became their own anyway. They got a fragment of mine, which was underdeveloped at the time. Oh god, does that mean if I had... I'm not going to think about that. They all developed their own little guy and in their Umbra, just like I did. Like, I have Gabriel. Oh, I hate CTs. The one that he named. He just named it Rage. Why did he name it Rage?
I can give you one really good guess why. It can only
Little
be
edge
soon.
lord. Oh.
Are you sure he's from the saplings? That sounds like something we use saplings would have done.
What, CT? Last I checked, no.
He's been secretly a sapling inside that suit the entire time. You thought we met Connor now. You pop the clothes
That
off,
suit?
it's actually just like a human. Yeah, off like the
Hmm.
human head, and there's just like a little plant body right at the neckline.
A little guy.
Yeah, it's just a little guy.
I'm not sure what RX is named.
But I know it like hides a lot. It's very fearful.
I don't know what Leon's is. I don't know if Leon's is developed. But he's out there.
Did they not share this information with anyone else other than me?
Nope. We haven't heard
Yeah.
anything. So when did they go to the Shadowfell?
I'm not entirely certain. I believe they all went and did something. I think it was Saturday.
It was either Saturday or the previous week.
I lose track of time. Time is too quick.
I guess the next question is also how did they get there?
I mean, if it was Ray, CT, I know they were there, and Leon, our favorite barbed wire friend.
Yeah, but I mean that makes sense if he just kind of made an appearance. The four of them together just kind of popped up and said, "All right, we're going on a fun little adventure," and just
All my favorite meals in one place. Let's put them in the Shadowfell and harass them. Let's walk through that
Yeah.
foggy town for the 20th time.
Oh, don't remind me. Don't remind me.
I was there once.
I'm not a fan.
Yeah.
No,
I'm
Well,
thinking.
Unless you guys want to stay the night here. Or if you want to continue talking the night away.
I can't shut the fuck up. You know that.
this night doesn't end.
Either. So,
Oh,
Talking the night away wouldn't end.
yeah.
there would be
No sun.
You
to
could
break.
talk forever.
Incorrect. I could talk for forever. As a matter of fact, I will. So, I saw a rock.
It's over.
It's
Mhm.
over. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what kind of rock did you see?
To continue.
It was a little green rock with a little guy. It was cool. It was smooth. I picked it up in one hand, and I was like, "Oh, you know, that's a pretty cool rock." And then I started juggling a little bit, and it didn't do a whole lot of anything. But so I put it back on the ground. But then I found another rock, just as green, just as smooth. No, not as cool though. So then I put that in my
Gregor.
hand, and I was like, "That's not worthy of picking up." Don't challenge me. I'll do it. I will do it because
He will
of
just keep
stubbornness.
yapping.
Does he do this to you?
Every once in a while, not usually. Sometimes we'll just get in
Have you ever-
get in a mood.
Have you ever gotten him talking and then made a quiet exit to the room while he's talking?
I'll just leave him. I'll just leave him
Yeah.
with our cat. And she'll just
cat.
she'll just sit there listening, like eating like something, whatever they find in the house.
Is that just a passive sound that you hear your cat eating?
Yeah,
Crunching
it's like
noises the entire day.
White noise.
Oh my god.
Wow.
yeah, it's just
Oh my god, it's white noise.
it does just happen.
Oh god.
So like you have the occasional ding of the little guys like finishing cooking something, and then you'll just hear like for like 5 minutes, and then all the food's gone. Then it
You have a garbage
repeats.
disposal for a cat.
Yeah, pretty
yeah, we
much.
do. I remember when the house came back after my hands got all fucked up and got all burnt and we're in the Warrens. They just wandered into the house and came into the study where I was, and they stared at me. They were wearing a garbage bag, just going.
Oh, I didn't know when they
I
came
was
back.
eating it. Yeah, they were all dirty. They just walked in. They were like, "I've been eating the food out of the behind the Kehoe Mart because they throw away all the cooked food at the end of the day." So I took them into the bathroom and I made them take a bath. They screamed the entire time.
It's like you.
shut
It's
up.
like
It's
you-
not true. It's
He
not.
came back from the Warrens
sold that
covered in the most disgusting smelling blood I've ever smelled. And I just pushed him into the apartment's bathroom. It was like, you deal with that before you come into the house.
We're not getting our security
That's his
deposit back.
house.
Yeah, well,
It's
His
our
house,
house. It's our
well, he can
house.
come into the
That's
house
right.
once he doesn't smell.
Listen, I'm used to it at this point. If I'm out in the rain, she makes me get clean and take a shower in the sand apartment.
If you're
before I
not in
can
the
go to
rain,
man. I smell like wet dog.
Yeah.
the rain is enough. The rain is enough.
What's the mud? Especially when the little wyverns, whenever they're running around, just like mud maxing and just crawling all over his tail, the mud just gets so caked in there.
Yeah, shit. To be fair, nights like that, I will say, and sue me, you might make fun of me for it, but I there's a small part of me that gets a little happy because I know it's kind of rude, but you do take the time to try to help comb my tail out and try to help clean it up.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. It's nice.
Hmm. Hmm. Well, let's not hold you both here all night unless you want to buy a room to stay in for the night.
Catrice is gonna think we blew up the house again.
True, we should probably someday. So yeah, we still
Well,
need to.
Are you going to lose focus on your spell or something?
It has to be
I'm sure it's
recast.
gonna-
So if we slept in, if the house would just be gone again.
Yeah. All the stuff thrown in the center. We made Everest pick it up last
Yeah.
time. It's like her training.
Because we were
becoming a member
leaving.
of security.
we were going to space like the day that we got out of the hospital.
Oh, I just realized.
Yeah, we'll have to move everything out
Hey.
ourselves.
We'll have to move everything out. But hey, can I ask you for a small?
Do you want to
favor?
watch our cat?
You want? Yeah. Do you want to watch our cat?
Oh, she
Bring your
eats so
cat
much
here.
though.
Yeah, she does.
Oh,
You know, I
We
just had a
have
thought.
lot of
We're-
veggies.
Yeah, but you
and
also
fish.
have a lot of food-shaped little babies running around.
oh no. No, don't let Catrice eat the saplings.
I'm not going to say that she's going to do that. It's more of like, I don't want you to have to deal with the. Stop that. Stop that.
Yeah.
Stop that.
Yeah, we should maybe not have her stay here.
Okay, yeah, maybe not. Maybe not. Okay.
Have her stay at Dragonspire.
Probably, really. Like,
We could make that happen. Yeah.
You know they keep putting a bunch of like food there that goes bad, and
There-
then they always have
we
to
sh-
like
yeah.
throw out those.
we should
boxes.
actually just
If you have
send her
hatch-
there because someone left 500 Happy Meals last night.
I know who.
Yeah,
I don't
They
know
had
too.
like
Yeah.
gold eyes
Mhm.
and a blue.
yeah. She was like,
Lillian.
"Is there a place I can put these?" And I'm like, "Yeah, like the tree. You can like leave some stuff there for people to take if they want." And she's like, "Okay, I'll go put 500 there," and walked off before I could say anything. It's like, great. And then I looked later that night, and there was just the entire back of the room. They were just covering the table and the next to it, and then like there's so many. They're all gonna go bad.
Just-
We'll send our cat over.
Just send Catherine.
Yeah, we'll send her over. We'll
Special
send
mission
Blackberry
for-
Jelly
for
over.
Cat.
Yeah. That's the name, Blackberry Jelly.
Yeah.
Full name. Proud of it.
They've been
Full
here
legal name.
once before, and they kept asking people for food.
That's
So
basically
we are
that's
familiar with Blackberry.
yeah, that's pretty much what they do, like at all times.
So, I'm terrified to do this, but it makes no sense. If they do come back here while we're gone or whatever, and start asking for food, I'm making a decision here. Just put it on my tab.
Okay.
I was going to say no, you don't have to do that, but I thought about how strapped for cash I've been lately.
Yeah. Yeah, you've been paying people to do missions
Okay.
and stuff. So yeah, like we can
Yeah,
pay
I
for
paid
our
people a
cat.
bonus last Sunday, which because they did so good on their hunt, I felt like they put more
Mm-hmm.
effort in than what they really had to, because they could have fallen back a lot on that hunt. They held their line. They're psychos.
Yeah.
But I like Ida. Ida's fun. Ida's been a surprising good friend lately.
She's very nice. She's very. She's one of those friends that if you ever need like a ride or die buddy, that's Ida. She will be there until the bitter end. For better or worse.
Let's see, the hunters that volunteered on Sunday was Vupa, Ida, Brutus, and Akira. Really interesting team.
It is an interesting team.
I
it sounds like it
hired them
worked.
to defend the ruins of a temple, so something big couldn't get bigger. And man, did they do it.
If you ever need help on a hunt, I can always offer what I can. I mean, I'm not exactly the strongest right now, but maybe it might help me.
I mean, if you ever want to come by, there's like a sign-up sheet. We also have. So I made fun of the way that Higgs set up Warp's Tooth comms before. I've done it the same
Yeah.
for my hunters around here. It just works. It's cheap.
Yeah.
But we have a way to sign up through that. Just
Sure. I'll take a look.
it's easy to link up.
Actually,
You've
it's
hunted
even easier.
before.
Yeah, I did.
I
I
paid
did
you
one a
too.
couple weeks ago.
Like a month
I
now.
mean,
Yeah.
hey, listen. I'm just saying, we both sign up, for next hunt. We go for a fun little outing together. We can call it date night.
Date night. Date night in the acres woods somewhere, beating up like
in
shades.
the fog. Well, let's see. We prevented the gateway from sending any more umbral energy up to a giant haunt. That thing's moved now because it's not getting any more sustenance from that temple. I've been keeping tabs on it. I'm not sure what I would really. I need to figure out where I'm going to send hunters next. Because we're watching this giant Zeppelin monster thing float around and just groan. I don't want to send you two specifically just after a giant monster.
Listen,
I'll figure something out.
you have a giant monster. You know who works really good against giant monsters?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Avarius.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you guys want to drag him along, he has a umbral silver sword, which is
Yeah.
probably very potent against
Yup.
creatures here.
So, what's Higgs doing? Old school outing for us.
Yeah, 20-minute adventure. Then we just get Higgs, and then it's just like
Yeah, we just
the
grab
20-minute
Higgs.
adventure.
You
Higgs
know
around.
what I actually could use? I've been trying to find gateway stones, and I have a few places I could look. The gateway stones are what I use to make the fog gates. I can link them to the material plane so that I can have another gateway, but I want to get 3 so I can forge them. Because I found out they're made of metal, and if I forge them, I can make a coin. That coin is so useful, it's probably priceless if I make it. I don't even know how to make it, so we'll see. Let's hope I don't blow up.
Yeah.
But the
Okay, no, sorry. I was gonna interrupt you. Continue.
the reason why it's so good is I read a story, because everything's a story here in the acres. I have a whole library in my house of fairy tales and storybooks. Maybe I'll give you some of those. Maybe that's your hobby. Anyway, that storybook told about the gateway stones, a lot about them, and one of them said that there is a thing called a gateway coin, and if you use it, it takes the coin as a temporary toll to keep the gateway open to other realms. Once you pass through, though, it closes the gate and puts the coin in your hand again. That sounds so useful. That
Yeah.
sounds so nice. Like,
Well,
I want one. Instead of
Maybe
wandering
it's-
into the woods and getting lost, I could just not take the train to a random place in Orlando, Saka, and get lost.
yeah, we could potentially make that happen. Again, it just depends on how things line up and whether or not we're able to. I'm okay with that as an idea.
I have like 5 potential locations that a gateway stone might be. I only need 3.
Mhm.
But if you find more, I'm not going to like take it from you guys. Like you could just have that. That'll probably be your payment though.
Which I can accept that from my side at least. If the others want to do something else different, that's fine. Coin, before I forget, I made a discovery yesterday. It was a dumb discovery. So keep this to yourselves. Okay? The secret between the 3 of us, for now. If you go down to the Warrens, and you don't get a coin from any of the shit you do down there, whatever, like the Asher just don't pass one out and like that, ask Skelos when you come back. Be like, we didn't get a coin. Could we have a coin for what we did? I asked on the off chance just because I just did. And he gave me one. He just handed one. He's like, no one ever asks.
You should tell Higgs that so that he stops.
No!
Well, I mean,
shooting people.
Skelos gave someone a coin for their birthday.
Where was my coin for my
I
birthday? Where was
so
your coin for your birthday?
you say that I technically did get one on my birthday, but it was because we went down for like there was some thing going on in the one rocky area, and I went down,
yeah,
and then I got given a coin,
territory.
and it was like I think it
I
was
didn't
my
get a coin.
birthday, or it was really close to it. It was something like that. I don't remember specifically, but yeah.
Well, we've been standing around.
Yeah,
for a
we
while.
all stood up because we were gonna get going, and then we started talking. Yeah, let's.
I told you. I
figure it
told
out,
you.
Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah.
masters.
There's a quicker
Howie.
Exit out. You don't have to cross the bridge again.
but I think they're both pretty much the same distance.
Oh.
There's one on the other side of the church.
Hmm.
But that one
Oh,
goes
yeah,
through
that
Dragonspire.
Oh no.
That one's just a general transport.
Hmm.
I guess we can stop by work for a point.
Well, okay. So that one stops by Dragonspire, but it also is linked to a few other places.
One of them is the Arrow Nursery.
That's where all the
Babies are.
I remember you letting me babysit for them once, and oh boy, they got a kick out of me.
Yeah, there's a few more now.
Oh, you already had so many last time.
I hate to say it like this, but kids don't stop dying sometimes.
You
The
know, I'm
sprites
gonna say
are
this.
children just
Put into
a plant
I know.
body.
So before we go through this portal, I'm gonna say a really uncouth comment because it's
Hmm.
just. I know the irony's not lost on anyone else here, but I find it funny. My history, my background, the nickname people have given me, and you trusted me to watch all the children in the nursery.
You know
I
what would
know it's
happen
not
if you
true.
hurt them.
No, they were already hurting me and I didn't do anything. The little cactus ones kept shooting needles at me.
They learned something. They didn't.
Yeah.
They didn't let me know that they could do that. One of them just keeps trying
Yeah.
to hug me.
Yeah. So one tried to hug me, and my stupid little brain was just like, "Oh, come here, ow, ow."
It's like
ow,
Mag.
Ow. Yeah, I want to hug Mag sometimes, but just it's not worth the pain and the burning.
I mean, he's humanoid now, right?
Yeah, when he is human, he's not as hot.
Let's not get yapping.
He's
again.
still uncomfortably warm, but doesn't burn you at least.
That's true.
We'll-
Actually,
we'll work
come
more on another time. Oh.
It's nice. It was just actually just talk and do a little bit of work and just hang out.
Yeah.
And just, yeah.
bring Avarius by, bring Higgs by. Let's just have a
We should.
like
We should just.
Blacksmithing arts and crafts night, I guess.
Yeah,
Work on
we'll find a
things,
day just to
forge
bring
things.
everyone by for just
You know what? That
doing
That would give me
nothing
an excuse
important.
to expand my forge. I'll expand my forge and make everything like way bigger, and everyone can line up and just do their own thing in the workshop. It'll be a free forge. People can bring their own shit. I'll sit at a desk and carve runes all day.
This is how you get demon cores from the acres. This is how it begins.
Do you know
Just
what
bring-
a runic core is?
No.
I'm working on that.
What's that? What happened again? I
Yeah.
want to know more. But
Yeah,
I'm sick of it. It's a never-ending
I'll
cycle.
show you. I'll show you sometime. Just not tonight.
Yeah. I'll tell you what. I'll still probably come by tomorrow to start working on the blade again.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to
Well,
practice more too, Sal.
Yeah, I might stop by for a bit.
Maybe you could just stop by with a sketchbook and sketch ideas.
I probably should just do that, really. Yeah.
Art is also a fun hobby. I'm just gonna throw,
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Okay.
not good at drawing.
Neither am I.
Practice changes it. My phone went off there at the end, and I was like, "Who's calling me?"
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Oh. I'm assuming a telemarketer. That or flirty. He's like, hey.
218.
Yeah, telemarketers don't call that
my-
late.
My cell phone number, ironically, but someone called me. My phone's in my bedroom though, but I was facing that direction. And I went, "Who the fuck is calling me?" I'm like,
God? Is that you? Oh,
your feet.
times.
I killed your feet.
You killed my feet.
So Herd was in my
Okay.
chat whenever you were like, what's your hobbies? And then he said Sal's hobbies are playing board games once a week with Higgs and Zayu. And it's like, yeah, technically.
Higgs, that's depressing.
Ah.
Kern, that's depressing. What's Higgs' hobbies? Brooding?
Higgs' hobbies are brooding in his basement and taking his kid to kendo class now.
and Newports.
And smoking.
Higgs is the dad who would take his kid to kendo class and scream for them to kill the other kid.
I don't know why. There's a part of me, like, it just the headcanon now, and her, and this is how it's going to be. I'm sorry, I'm writing your own headcanon for you. But I imagine that whenever Higgs is looking around for, like, a kendo class for Charlotte, she was looking, he was looking at different, teachers going, well, this one looks good, this one looks okay. But then he got to the one dojo where the guy sitting there with his gi on, it's like a hardcore, like a patriotic flag. It's just red, white, and blue, all the stars. He's got the little rang around his head, and his name's like Rex Steel or something like that.
Did you see? You didn't see the model of B was in. The B was in a model with like this.
I did.
Oh yeah, B was like, yeah, this is gonna be Charlotte's kendo teacher. It's just like one of the Pokemon like gym leaders. Like, I'm pretty sure that's what that was. I need to put Charlotte in a kendo outfit for like tomorrow so that I can beat Clay up with a kendo stick.
It's beautiful.
It needs to happen. So
This is the best. This is the
Yeah.
best timeline.
okay, I'm gonna
How much
go
experience you'll get from getting the shit kicked out of you by you.
by a child.
How much experience are you worth, Charlotte?
Yeah. I'm gonna go raid Kirby because Kirby's still doing some stuff. Thanks for hanging out. This was a fun scene, like just a mundane thing.
Well, good scene. I need to
Yee.
fix this fucking rendering issue. I've been having this
Anyway.
issue on a lot of maps,
Have fun over with
because when I
Kirby.
look in this direction towards the
Go
map,
by.
I get that
Oh, yeah, I can
really
braid that
heavy
fridge.
frame dip, and I know it's an occlusion thing, but it wasn't there before, and now it's crazy.
Mhm.
So I need to fix it.
Okay. So